You know, I find it so funny when people get so scared about this Illuminati crap and all that. For those of you who don't know who the Illuminati is, the Illuminati is the New World Order. One government, one religion. They've already invaded into the media, into various music, video games, movies, etc., etc. Obviously, the government. But people are so scared about this Illuminati as if they're so powerless against them. But my thing is this: if you're on God's side, who is there to fear, and what do you have to fear other than Him? I'm a little scared too, but I am not scared for myself. I am scared for those people out there that refuse to get saved and will feed into their crap and continue their foolish lives. But as for the ones who are saved, we got nothing to fear. Matter of fact, majority of us aren't even going to be here because the rapture should hit by then. But what if you're not part of the rapture? What if, in some odd case, we're still here when that happens? But who's to say that God will not provide for us? And you should already know that His favorites always struggle. Let's look at the story of Moses when he led the Israelites out of Egypt. They sat there, whined and complained that they had a bed, they had food, all that. But when God heard that, He told Moses to strike the rock, and water came out. And after that, quail and bread began to rain from the sky. But another thing is, people like to quote Bible verses. How many people do you see living up to them? I'm going to recite some verses for you. Well, I'm only going to give you the verse, but I'm not going to quote the whole thing, because some of you people need to do your research, and due to time, I can't say them all. But let's start with the first one. Psalm 23. For those of you who watched the Bible mini-series, right before David took down Goliath, he recited this line. Another one is Philippians 4:23. It is tattooed on the chest of John Jones, but it pisses me off that he misuses it and doesn't live up to it. Another verse I'll take you to is Psalm 27:1. With that one, as I said, we are on God's side. Who is there to fear but Him? If He has us, He can't go back on His word. 2 Timothy 1:7. The list goes on and on and on. And for those of you who are viewing this, please share more verses and get the word out there. But lastly, it's been said that people are gonna be killed for their faith in Christ. But however, that's already going on top of being beaten viciously in public and being thrown into prison and tortured in there. But for that, all I gotta say is, remember the stories of Saul, or Paul, and John the Baptist. But in the end, we're gonna win. It says it right there in the Bible on the last page. Yahweh wins. We are victorious. Satan will be on his knees, declaring that God is his God and that he is victorious, right before being thrown into a pool of burning sulfur. Yeah, be aware of the Illuminati, but don't fear them. You have no reason to.